My name is John Hartley. I was born in Columbus, Indiana, a little small town south of Indianapolis, halfway between Indianapolis and Louisville, Kentucky. Lived there till about 14, 15. Went on, I guess it was the next year later, parents decided they were going to move to Florida. We made a trip in June, and they looked at a bunch of places, and next thing I know, the end of the year, we were moving to Florida. So that was the beginning of another part of my life, I guess you would call it. Very interesting, though. Ended up meeting up with a bunch of different people and worked a bunch of odd jobs. Just a little bit here and a little bit there. Ended up partying probably just a little too much. Ended up getting involved in certain aspects of South Florida at the time. And had a good time, though. No regrets, none whatsoever. Growing up in the 70s, it was interesting. You know, I mean, when you think back, I mean, the old thing of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, that was pretty much the way it was. You know, it was that was the time. And rock and roll, still love it. The way I look at things right now, if it's too loud, then you're just too old. And I haven't gotten too old yet, because I do like it loud. Going to concerts here and concerts there. Went to a concert in Atlanta where two of the main artists were Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin, but before I ever got there, I got a little too trashed and honestly don't remember anything about the whole entire concert. Was there the entire day and most of the night, and we left the next morning, and I pretty much don't remember many of it, really, which is sad to say, but it's the time. When you're in the 70s, that's what you did. Allman Brothers. Yeah, they were, I actually got to see them play at it was a prom night, actually is what it was, before they were ever really, they were getting famous, but they weren't really famous yet. I was hanging around at a friend's motorcycle shop and got a phone call, and he said, hey, you want to go with me and take a tire and help these guys out? The guy's got a flat tire. He didn't tell me who it was. Turns out it was the Allman Brothers band. Had been playing in Miami and was on their way to Tampa. So he brought a tube and a tire and all this other stuff. So we ended up sitting around drinking beer with the Allman Brothers for about 3 hours. It was a good time. Around 71, 72, I guess it was. Bought my first Harley Davidson. And had it for a few years and got to realize that I like this. So sold it and ended up going to the Harley Davidson and bought a brand new one. And had it for a few months. Had some problems with it, got aggravated with the dealership, so I said, the hell with it. I just tore the whole thing down and built my own motorcycle. Completely ordered parts out of here and there and everything, put it all back together and had me a custom motorcycle then. Which now I own another one, so we're tempting fate again. But, you know, ended up leaving Miami after a period of time. Moved to St. Petersburg, which is where I met my wife that I married to at this time. She was working in an emergency room, and of course we, you know, in CT you have a lot of patients you have to take in and out of ER, so we kind of watched each other for a month or two and got talking, and next thing you know we're dating, and next thing you know, here we go, we're going to get married, I guess. So that was a shocker to start with, because here I am 30-something years old and not figuring on getting married anytime soon, and here I'm getting married all of a sudden. But it was alright, it was a good thing. Had a good time. It was probably, well, we were married on the 4th of July, which I don't know what the hell I was thinking of there. That was a bad idea. Just before our first anniversary, our daughter was born in May. She was born in St. Pete, so she's a true FBI, a Florida-born idiot. But it was a life-changing experience at that point. The best way to describe it is life as I knew it was over with at that point. Being 56 years old now and having a 21-year-old kid, that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. And growing up with my daughter, you know, trying to talk to her and teach her things in life, and not talking to her or treating her like a little kid all the time. I think that's what's made her the person that she is today, which I think she's pretty awesome at this point herself. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She knows where she's going. She knows what she needs to do, and I'd like to think that I had something to do with that at some point in time. And when I look back on all these years, if I had to change anything, I don't really think I would change anything, just because of the experiences I've had and what I've seen and what I've done and the things I've learned. It's worth it. It really is.